Hello, everyone. How's it going? I hope you're staying healthy and safe and sane during these very interesting times. I thought I would jump on today and do a little video and just let you know what I'm up to stay healthy. The stress is really ramped up here in August. So, yesterday, I sat down and I wrote out my self care protocol. I was feeling a little bit anxious and I wanted to make sure I was checking all the boxes I needed to check and really taking care of myself. So I wrote it down and I thought I would share it with you to give you some insight and some tips that are simple and easy and will hopefully help you navigate the next few months a bit easier. So, um, first and foremost, I think with all things, try to make it fun and try to make it simple and easy. Life is complicated and stressful enough, so we don't need any more complications. Okay, so we will dive right in. Number one on my list is to avoid fear. Right now, there's a lot of fear just running rampant. It's crazy how scared and scary and intense things are. So, being scared and being fearful causes stress. It releases a truckload of adrenaline and cortisol into your bloodstream. It is not good for your immune system. And the goal right now is to really maintain a healthy immune system. So, the way I avoid fear is I've just turned off media. So I don't watch any mainstream media. I've really cut back on my social media. I only follow people that make me feel uplifted. Um, and I just don't really pay attention to anyone if they're telling me to definitely do something or to definitely not do something. I think people have their best intentions um, in regards to what types of information they're sharing, but I think for me extremes just don't work. So I always try to look for the gray area and avoid black and white. I don't like static or rigid or extreme at all. I'm much more comfortable with flexible, agile, and evolving. So I just take in the information I feel like I need to take in. I sit with it, I analyze it, I use my intuition, and at the end of the day, my goal is always to keep myself and others safe. So I adjust whatever precautions that I need to take according to the day and what's going on. So that really works well for me. Interpret that how you want to interpret that. And I refrain from judgment as well. So whatever people decide, that's their decision, and that's fine. Okay, so number two, nutrients. I take a really good quality multivitamin. I highly encourage you to take one as well. Yes, we can get a lot of nutrients from food, but the soils are so depleted. So I highly recommend a good quality multivitamin with activated B vitamins as well, because B vitamins are what you need to help your body deal with stress. So also great minerals such as zinc need to be in the multivitamin because zinc is really important for your immune system. So I also supplement with magnesium. I take a magnesium powder. It has several different types of magnesium plus calcium to balance everything out. I also supplement with vitamin C. It's a vitamin C supplement with bioflavonoids, and it's an ester C. So it's a bit easier on the stomach, and supposedly it's absorbed better. It's about 800 milligrams. I also supplement with fish oil. So fish oil is great because they've done studies that have proven that fish oil is good for if you do contract a virus, it will help your body fight off the virus, but also keep your brain safe and keep your inflammation levels low. So it's also great for fighting, or not fighting, but helping the symptoms of depression and anxiety. So I take a fish oil supplement that contains 463 milligrams of EPA and 231 milligrams of DHA. There's ratios that you need to be aware of for the DHA and EPA. So just make sure you're taking a good quality fish oil. Doesn't have mercury, and that's safe for your body to ingest. Some fish oils can't guarantee that they don't have chemicals in them, so please avoid those. Okay, number 3 is food. So I follow a methylation and mental health protocol. So the food plan that I adhere to, I created myself. It's developed based on the work and research of Dr. Kara Fitzgerald and Dr. Umane Du. Dr. Kara Fitzgerald is a functional health practitioner, and Umane Du she's a psychiatrist. She is also a nutritionist and a chef. She's amazing. They both have books that you can read. But basically, the food plan that I've created based on their work is a Mediterranean style food plan. So, delicious lean meats like fish and chicken, lots of legumes, lots of vegetables, lots of healthy oils, and seeds and nuts. I also do not eat any processed sugar, no alcohol, and no caffeine. The food plan that I've created is ideal for helping the body deal with stress and improving mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression. So, very important for these times. I also exclude dairy and gluten from my diet, but that's my own personal choice. This health protocol has also been proven to reduce your biological age, and the part that's really amazing that I love is it supports healthy cellular methylation. So it's basically working with your genes to make sure that the good stuff is turned on and the bad stuff is turned off. For example, if you have a family history of cancer, then methylation will make sure or help make sure that your DNA is not turning on the cancer genes. So that's the short end of it. But yes, methylation, again, B vitamins and this food plan is A plus for stress. Number 4, I exercise outside as much as I can. So it's really important to be outside, getting the fresh air, getting the sunlight, the vitamin D. And because all of this stuff going on in the world makes me a bit more anxious than normal, I've been exercising for 1 to 2 hours a day. What I've been doing is I'll do my morning routine, which is usually really calm. It's usually either weights, but not crazy heavy weights, but low weights with longer reps. I do yoga or Pilates. I also do a lot of walking and trekking, which I might do in the afternoon or evening. Depends how I'm feeling. But just the exercise helps me stay in my body. It helps me feel good. It helps me stay healthy. And my immune system, of course, also stay healthy. So I highly encourage that. Get outside and have a workout. Number 5 is water. So I drink a minimum of 3 liters per day. I highly recommend you do the same. Also, I refrain from caffeine. So the 3 liters of water is going to benefit me 100%. If you're drinking caffeine, you're dehydrating yourself. So you're going to need more water to actually reach that 3-liter threshold. Number 6 is sleep. So the goal is to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. I am usually coming in at a little bit under 8 hours. I track my sleep with my Fitbit. Oh gosh, I really need to improve the sleep, but I try to let myself sleep in, especially on the weekends, to make up for any sleep that I lost during the week. And I think during these times, more rest is better than less. So feel free to go to bed early, sleep in, get as much sleep as you need. Number 7 is de-stress. So, I mean, this is different for everybody, but the way that I de-stress is I do breath work. There's a free app called the Breathing app. It's created by Edwin Stern, and Moby donated the music. It's totally free. You can download it on the App Store or Google, depending on your phone type. And you can just set the time to be there 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long you want. And it's so simple. It helps you breathe. So you just listen to this tone, you breathe in and then you breathe out. And yeah, it's great. Very relaxing. I also practice daily meditation. I use Joe Dispenza's meditations. I might meditate anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how I'm feeling. So that's how I de-stress. There's also, I mean, go for gold if you want to get massages or saunas or whatever else. Fantastic. I'm avoiding that for the time being. Um, Number 8 is trauma and shadow work. Ooh. So I think we are living in very interesting times, and the goal really is for us to do our deep healing, our deep trauma work, our deep shadow work. It's almost like we're in sort of a purification period where we just need to let go of all these things that just aren't serving us anymore. So I do my own emotional clearing and regulation. I do a lot of my own trauma and shadow work. I do have a practitioner I'm working with at the moment to help me through some really deep clearing. But yeah, I do so much. I check in all the time to see, where are there emotions sort of trapped in my body? Are my chakras clear? Um, am I triggered? What's sort of blocked? Like what's not showing up in my life that I've been really working towards? So I just pay close attention to what's going on deep in my subconscious. Number 9 is journaling. So, I cannot stress the importance of journaling. It is the best way that I've found to really develop a relationship with myself, to understand how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I'm worried about, what I want to create, what is working, what isn't working. It's just, I do it daily, usually in the morning, to assess where I'm at and where I want to go. So I highly, highly, highly recommend journaling. Do whatever works for you, but it's a lifesaver, truly. Number 10 is money. So it's a really interesting time in that we're all sort of focused on survival. And so for me, I created a budget. I love sticking to my budget. I track it in an app. I have a savings plan all set up. I have my investments, and I'm just really responsible about my money right now, which is bringing me great joy, and it's making me feel really safe and stable. So I highly recommend sorting out your money and making sure it's budgeted and you're saving and you're in a good place. And number 11 is, of course, fun and joy. So this one's the kicker. I think it's probably the most important. And you could probably just skip all the rest and just focus on fun and joy and be fine. Um, find time each day to laugh and play and just have fun. I play with my kids, or just being outside in nature is fun for me. It doesn't take much to get me excited. I also found that when I catch wind of some news or some things aren't feeling great, I put on Netflix or YouTube and I just listen to stand-up comedy, or I listen to a funny podcast. There's so many funny people in the world, and I highly recommend you to get in touch with them. If you have funny friends, give them a call. Like, nothing is better than a good laugh. So that's me. That's what I'm doing over the next at least 6 months, I think, for the rest of my life. These are the goals. This is the protocol. So I highly recommend you develop your own. I think the more almost the more discipline you can apply to self-care right now, the better off you'll be. So let me know if you need any help. I'm always here, and take care. All the best. Hey, I'm back. Just before I go, I want to let you know that if you are struggling with your health, if you want to get better at eating healthier, at taking care of yourself, if you want to really dive deep and do some of your own amazing trauma work, if you want to look into what's holding you back and dive deep into the shadow, if you just want to transform, but you're not sure how, I have a program for you. It's a 3-week program. It includes coaching with me. We focus on your food, on your health, and I use a modality I created called belief hacking to get into your subconscious and figure out what's holding you back and what's blocking you. So it's an absolutely fantastic way to just let go of anything and everything that's holding you back and create a life that you know you deserve and that you desire. So get in touch. There's information on my website or find me on Instagram at Big Beautiful Sky. Thanks.